This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers live streams here on the channel this evening. It is my great pleasure to be along with you for the ride that will hopefully include a start on time performance from our Edmonton Oilers tonight. That is, of course, the key coming into tonight's hockey game is for the Oilers to start tonight's game on time. And like I was alluding to last night in my video about Marcus Niemelainen and all those guys, is simply it's not necessarily one of those things for the Oilers where they have to start on time and just be ready to play. It's one of those things, the Oilers should not be a team that has to start on time because the game should be already over when it starts for the Oilers if they play to their fullest potential. That was kind of my argument last night, and I'm hoping tonight against the Buffalo Sabres we get to see that out of the Oilers at some point and see them really go out there and try and drive that point home tonight against the Sabres. So we'll see if that happens. But folks, first off, we got to see if we can't go find ourselves tonight's lineup. You see the new stream setup, just testing that out. Let me know how you like it. I'd like to also welcome everybody into tonight's stream. If I haven't done that already, you tend to forget what you've done just as you're going live with things. But let's see if Bob Stauffer there has the lines or if Tony Brar has the lines, and we'll see what happens. Bob Stauffer has no news since Marcus Niemelainen was recalled, so we'll go over to our man Tony Brar, who only has news from, well, Stuart Skinner will start Tuesday versus the Buffalo Sabres. I believe Derek Ryan is out of the lineup tonight for the Oilers, and I'm going to check with Reed Wilkins here in a second on Twitter to see if he has the lines, and if not, then we'll see. Everybody's tweeted last on October 17th, quiet day in the Oilers media sphere for some reason, and that leaves Jason Gregor, the man, the myth, the legend himself there, to see if he has anything for us. And there is nothing to really report there other than a couple of groups about the Oilers. Lineup most likely for 11-7. All right. So we have no clue what the true Edmonton Oilers lineup is going to look like at current. I guess we could check with Jack Michaels. I'll clip that quick and we'll see what ended up happening here. But I don't know too much. It's been one of those days. Tonight is the last day house sitting. So, of course, cleaning up, making sure things look good for the people who own this house when they get back. So, got to make sure that's all clean and dandy. And of course, well, that means running around a little bit and trying to get things going. Anyway, we've got Jason Gregor's most likely lines, so we'll save as, and we'll just go in there and we'll get that up for you because I know that's one thing everybody always asks for as soon as you kind of walk into the live stream. So give me a sec, folks. I am working on it, and we'll get her going for you here versus Sabres, October 18th versus the Buffalo Sabres. And we want to quickly get this going and see if we can't. Where am I? I don't even know where I am, friends. I don't even know where I am. Let me go here. That's where I'm looking around on YouTube trying to figure out where to put the Buffalo Sabres lines. Well, how about that? Let's go over here and let's make this a little bit larger. I'm just going to shuffle over here quickly so as we can have the graphic on the screen at the same time. And that can be a bit bigger so as I can actually read it. And before we get to that, I'll let you guys dive into that. Folks, good evening and welcome to tonight's live stream. I've got Jaden in here. Predict McDavid gets another hat trick tonight and Dry with another 3 assists. Craig, that'd be nice to see. For the Oilers, they need a big performance tonight from everybody in the lineup, obviously. We got a little bit of that depth scoring on, was it Saturday? Saturday, my goodness, time's flying. Against the Calgary Flames, so we'd like to see the big boys rev it up a little bit tonight too, especially against the Sabres, right? I don't even care how good the Sabres are, it's just the it's the Buffalo Sabres. So we'll see what we can get going on, and Smokey Dan, welcome in as well. So here we go, friends. We're rocking, we're rolling, and that is your lineup for tonight's game, according to Jason Gregor, based on an 11-6 format, or 11-7 format, which is most likely for tonight's game, knowing that Derek Ryan was out skating late today. So, Kane, McDavid, Yamamoto, Hyman, Draisaitl, Puljujarvi, Holloway, RNH, and Fogle. And then you got Shore and McLeod. So, right, Brad Malone sent down. Mr. Derek Ryan scratched for the night, and that allows you to go Nurse, Ceci, Kulak, Barry, Murray Bouchard, and Markus Niemelainen makes his NHL season debut for the Oilers this year in 22-23. After a solid little go in the pros last year, he now comes back after a very good training camp to try and add that physical edge. And I know a lot of folks are talking about, well, the Oilers have had physical edge before and it doesn't really change anything for them. It's about the defensive physical edge, right? Making opponents punished for crossing the blue line. That's what it comes down to, and that's what Markus Niemelainen does so well. Sorry, there's baseball highlights on here, and there's some sick plays, so get a little distracted. But the big story tonight, folks, is that Stuart Skinner starts in net for the Edmonton Oilers. That is the biggest part of it all, is the fact that, yes, right, this was a scheduled thing, but still something that very much so needed to happen, and he gets in there and he gets his chance to kind of prove himself a little bit more this season, right? Is yes, okay, you can say every third start he's going to be scheduled, but tonight he has to kind of go out and earn that right. Have to go out and kind of go out there and show that, yeah, you know what, start me every third night. Let's let Jack Campbell have 2, and then let's rock me for a game, and we'll win 2 out of 3, if not 3 out of 3, in every kind of set like that. Think about it like a pitching kind of battle against 2 teams, right? One pitcher, one starting staff dominates one game and the other dominates the other, except for it's 2 goaltenders for the same team. And if they can both go out there and sweep it 3-0, that would be not too bad. One guy gets 1, the other guy gets 2. That's a pretty good little combo for the Edmonton Oilers if Stuart Skinner can deliver on that. Did that make sense? I really don't think it did, but I hope somebody got the point I was trying to get across there. Either way, no. Let's see, what do we got? Where's Ryan? Derek Ryan is just scratched tonight, folks. No injury to Derek Ryan. He's just, as far as we know, scratched. So the Oilers can go 11-7 to get Stuart Skinner's defense looking a little beefier with Markus Niemelainen in there. Just a second here. I'm going to quickly check over to the Oilers list I've got on Twitter, because I think there should be something there for me now. 6:55. If we can get the confirmed lines, and we'll see what happens. Logan Thompson led the Golden Knights out for warm-up, so Logan Thompson starts for the Golden Knights against the Calgary Flames, and it looks like, as far as we see, there's not much to really know here at this point, because nobody's really released anything else. There's just a whole bunch of cap-friendly transactions, and that is it. That is all. So, yeah, it's about that time. I think I've seen that comment there from Trevor, that it's just time to see Stuart Skinner prove to us why he is the future. And that was the exciting part about that game in against Calgary at Rogers Place on Saturday night, was Skinner got a chance to go out there and just show up kind of what he's going to be capable of moving forward, and just even in a relief role, really give us something to write home about. That game was not much to talk about, and really Skinner gave us all that time to just go out there and just marvel at a young goaltender that we've developed pretty properly, I must say, pretty properly, finally at last for the Oilers, and hopefully that equates out to a very good result for our Edmonton Oilers moving forward down the line. So let me just quickly go over to the old YouTube studio. It's 6:56. We're near the top of the clock. That's when the broadcast will flip on over to the Sportsnet feed for, obviously my broadcast won't, but the Sportsnet feed will flip over to the hockey game, and we'll be ready to rock tonight against the Buffalo Sabres. Yesterday, a not bad day on YouTube, of course. Folks, if you missed it, I've been having some kind of found success with the NHL 23 Edmonton Oilers franchise mode here on my channel. It was just something I was going to do more or less as a little gag gift to kind of start the season and get things rolling there, in terms of just have a little bit of fun, capitalize on a new video game coming out, and do something I used to do all the time here on YouTube. And by no means did I expect to be rocking over 1,000 views an episode so far, and hopefully yesterday's episode can start crossing up here. It's at 15 views this hour. It's about now 125 away from 1,000, so it shouldn't take long before that one hits 1,000 as well. But folks, if you're just tuning into this live stream, thank you so much for being a part of things tonight, and I look forward to a very good hockey game, and hopefully we as Oilers fans can look forward to a very good hockey game. Um, Folks, at this same rate too, I'd like to. I'm seeing the comment about you guys sending some nice compliments my way, and this is going to be a big year for the channel. You're saying there. Honestly, here's the thing: is I did not expect the preseason to be as big of a gift for the channel as possible because that was my first month back, returning after a year and a half off, and just the kindness and absolute open arms you guys have shown towards me has been fantastic. And the best part about this, I can't understate this enough, is just absolutely having somebody else out there in the community doing more or less the exact same thing I am, i.e. Patrick, the Oilers fanatic, just having somebody to bounce off of, somebody to play off of, somebody to collaborate with, somebody to work with, and honestly, the best part is too to almost work against in a sense, just to continue to have that kind of battle of hey, let's go out there and grow this space, right? And obviously too, when you've got somebody as great as Patrick in your corner to do content alongside in a community as small as the Edmonton Oilers YouTube community, it really is one of those things you can go head to head and just kind of try to butt heads in a positive way to really go out there and innovate and try to draw new people in at every turn of the dime. And that's the best part about having them here is it's not me just spitballing at the wall anymore. Now it's somebody else is out there throwing darts at the dartboard and hoping they stick, and I'm out here trying to do the same thing, kind of taking notes off of each other and figuring out what works to best kind of build this Oilers community on YouTube to what I think a lot of us here on the channel know it is capable of being. So that's the really exciting part. And of course, too, I think the biggest growth opportunity on YouTube, just generally speaking, is the fact that the Oilers YouTube channel, at the time I quit doing YouTube a year and a half ago, was only at 41,000 subscribers. Today, the Edmonton Oilers YouTube channel is at over 62,000 subscribers or something crazy like that. So you math that out, is the fact that the main Oilers channel has like 50% growth in the past year and a half. You tell me that there's not an absolute crazy market of Oilers fans on YouTube looking for just a little bit of extra opinion, whatever you want to say, to serve their fandom, our fandom, a little bit better. So folks, with that, we have flipped over to the Oilers broadcast. One last rundown of the lineup for you: Kane, McDavid, Yamamoto, Hyman, Draisaitl, Puljujarvi, Holloway, Arnage, and Fogle. Shore, McLeod on the fourth line, the changeable line because of the 11-7. Nurse, Ceci, Kulak, Berry, Murray, Bouchard, and Marcus Niemelainen makes his NHL season debut for the Oilers. Obviously haven't played in Bakersfield already this year, but he makes his season debut for the Oilers. Stuart Skinner makes his first start of the season. With that, we mute that. I will center up here just because we need to get things looking a little bit more professional on the stream rather than me sitting off to the side. I'm going to throw you guys an ad very quickly and throw it to you that way. Bang, bang, done and dusted. And Skinner is going to be like a robot program to solve everything tonight. I'm loving the positivity in the chat tonight, guys, because I really think the nice part about what the Oilers have done over the past few years is really developed guys like Stuart Skinner who come into the NHL highly touted, but with tempered expectations. That's what the Oilers have done so well, right? Stuart Skinner, obviously, we continue to claim this man's the future, but we're not trying to force him to be the future going forward after tonight. And that's what I'm really loving about what we've got going on here on YouTube between everybody in the community this season is we've taken those steps, we're where we need to be, and we're on our way, and now it's just a matter of getting there. And that's the coolest part about this season. As opposed to any other season before, this has been the niftiest, best start to the year I've ever had, and somehow we're only 1-1 to start and have been down 3-0 2 seasons in a row. You like to see it. And are we starting new content here with Gene? I'm liking this. Are we actually like leveling up our game? Like, I'm sorry, I don't think I've seen this kind of broadcast stuff from the Oilers before, or Sportsnet. I'm liking this. Hey, this is good. Okay. Got the drum band going on here. Man, are we actually messing around straight up doing a full production to get Gene on camera for the first time this year? Also met Gene PxP at the Oilers game on Wednesday night with Patrick and my buddy Gilly's TV over there. So that was very exciting. And here we go. Wow. This is excellent. This is excellent. I'm loving this. Sorry, trying to listen to the stuff here, but Stuart Skinner, 31 saves Saturday versus Calgary, 16th NHL game last night. Excellent. All right, one last check of the comments, folks. Let's see what we got. Nothing that I really have to go out of my way to make mention of, but folks, I think we're all just buckled up, ready for a hockey game. What do you say? Let's do it. Where do you watch the game? Well, where do you watch the game? On Sportsnet Now or on Sportsnet 360? If you're looking for it on your television channels, it's on Sportsnet 360 this evening. That's where you're going to have to find it. Or you can subscribe to Sportsnet Now. All right. Anyway, friends, we are ready to rock and roll. I'm just going to stretch out the arms a little bit, and we're going to rock this hockey game. Looks like the Oilers are just about ready to get things going with the national anthems. That'll mean, of course, we will have our land acknowledgement first. And, oh my goodness, did I just totally glance over you, Troy? Oh boy, that's embarrassing. Sorry, oh, jeez, I missed 2 comments. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, man. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. No, you know what? I'm loving it. Maybe I did it just for the text message. The best part about having people you know in the comments section is either you miss some of the stuff they say or you get the best text messages on the planet. I mean, what did we have in the preseason game? At one point, I had one guy sending me Snapchat filters of me on the live stream, so I'm loving it. All right. Now, Troy, I'm sure I'll hear from you when the Oilers give up the first goal, if they give up the first goal. Like we said, we're starting as if the game's already over. That's the plan here. So we aren't talking about giving up the first goal. Anyway, I got one other there we go. One other thing. And let's see where Patrick is tonight. Let's see what he's got. Patrick's up there in the second deck. Oh, is he where I think he is? Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, folks, I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to get this right here. We're going to see if we can't get this figured out here. You can see the view, Rogers Place. I'm just waiting for it to come up on my feed here. Trying to see if I can get it. I could go over here and not be a total Nimrod here that I am being. Right there, that is your shot of where Patrick, the Oilers fanatic, is sitting tonight at Rogers Place. That is the only reason I'm showing you that. The only reason I'm showing you that is simply put because there is not a bad seat in the house at Rogers Place, and that is the best part about that building. So here we go. Folks, let's go rock an Oilers game. We're rocking the navy blues. Oh, yep. Hold on. We got 2 anthems. I forgot. We got 2 anthems. All right, 2 anthems. We'll get through it. Oh, Canada now playing at Rogers Place. They got shots of the bench. Everybody looking amped up. Those navy blues. I still can't believe I went out there and rash decision bought that Yes Puljujärvi jersey. I wanted it 2 years ago, and I went out there and bought it, got it done, finally at Rogers Place. There's actually a funny story that I don't think I said in the recap, is that when I was buying that jersey, I told the one of the guys working at the game there, I told him, like, I'm about to make a bad decision. And he's like, well, how much have you had to drink? I said, that's why it's a bad decision. I'm stone cold sober right now, sir, and I'm about to spend $335 on a jersey straight up. So that was the hey, dude, that guy in the glasses with the painted hair and the mullet, I saw him at the gas station. Seriously, I was at the gas station in Balzac by Cross Iron Mills this afternoon. I knew I recognized that guy. And there he is on TV tonight for the Oilers. Not a chance that that guy gets screen time. He was at the Balzac gas station, and now we get Jack and Louie on the broadcast call tonight. Let's rock it, roll it. Jack and Louie for the first time this season. Ladies and gentlemen, Stuart Skinner in net, 6-6, 262 goals against average last season, 913 save percentage, one shutout his last action in the NHL season last year. And oh, by the way, how about pitching a perfect score in that Calgary Flames game on 31 shots? Even if he gives up a goal on the first 9 shots of the game, he's only given up a goal on 40 shots to start the season. Don't mind me. Eric Comrie in net for the Buffalo Sabres, 10-5-1, 258 goals against average and a 920 save percentage. And oh boy, there we go. Let's get this rocking and rolling. Connor McDavid at center ice, taking off against Tage Thompson, who will face him, the big man with the big contract for the Buffalo Sabres. Referee pointing out instructions. We got a couple of last instructions there, done and dusted. Puck is down. Sabres win the face-off, just like opposing teams did all preseason against the Oilers. But how about this? Jumping up into the play quickly. Connor McDavid flips it ahead, coming in on the forecheck. Evander Kane. Connor McDavid overskates a puck, but skates it into Tage Thompson's skates, where Kailer Yamamoto is able to meet it quickly. And we'll look for those line combinations here early. The Oilers keeping the puck alive in the offensive zone, chipping it around down low to Evander Kane, who's got it across to Kailer Yamamoto, near side corner, takes a hit from the much bigger Tage Thompson. Back to the blue line, kept in by Ceci, down to Yamamoto again. Yamamoto dumps off to McDavid, who goes around behind the net. He surfs it off to Kane, far side corner. Now McDavid's got it back behind the net again. Back to the point. Great pressure here from the Oilers, starting it out. Pass across McDavid, spinorama, backhand. Oh, what a shovel pass there to Evander Kane from his knees on the backhand. The Oilers keep possession, shoveled in front, and that will do it as McDavid's stick falls out of his hands. The Sabres clear the zone, back the other way they go. And that will either be an offside, and I think an offside to the Oilers' blue line. What pressure there, and that shift from Connor McDavid. That, my friends, is how you start the game. He gets cross-checked in the back. Don't know how that's not a cross-check, but then all of a sudden, that pass from Nurse, also underrated, gets shoved down, and then Evander Kane just a little baffled that pass made it across. The Oilers start out 2 shots on the board, and we've got ourselves a start to this hockey game. Jeff Skinner, Tage Thompson, and Alex Tuck, the top line for the Buffalo Sabres. Warren Foegele out there on the forecheck starting this game on the third line for the Oilers. It'll be moved ahead, pitched him back into the Sabres zone quickly before they move it out ahead. The Oilers' blue line, though, turns him back again. Dylan Holloway there, standing tall and making the stick play, flipped into the Sabres zone briefly. Holloway blows a tire, but it's a hand pass against the Sabres, and we'll have a whistle yet again. So there you go. You got to like what you see out of the Oilers early. 18-28 in, haven't given up a shot. And while they've got 2 shots themselves to begin this hockey game, not a bad get if you're the Edmonton Oilers, who now send over Leon Draisaitl, Jesse Puljujärvi, and Zach Hyman onto the ice. Puljujärvi hunting down pucks. This one chipped off the boards, though, by the Sabres. It'll be moved out. Bad pass there by the Oilers allows the Sabres to set up down below the net, and now to the near side corner, where it's flipped to the far side, and boards met at the point, shot fired back down. And how about that? There you go, calm and steady. Stuart Skinner skates out of his net to make the first save of the game, and the Oilers are starting this one exactly how you want to look at them. A little bit of fast pace, a little bit of perfection, a little bit of problem there on that one pass trying to exit the zone that ended up on the Sabres tape. But again, against a team like the Sabres, you might get gifted 1 or 2 mistakes that don't cost you. However, you got to make sure you're capitalizing out there. And that Kane backdoor shovel pass backhand from Connor McDavid, that's going to haunt us early in this game if we don't get something going right here, right now, with, of course, the big line on the ice. Draisaitl, Hyman, and Puljujärvi. Draisaitl loads up from his own zone, skates around a man, skates up another man, and Puljujärvi's able to shovel it across. Niemelainen rips the shot off the pad of Comrie. Another shot comes in off the pads of Comrie again. That was Niemelainen's first shot of the season. And this one will go down into the Oilers' end, carried in by the Sabres, back to the near side blue line. Pass goes across. Shot coming, blocked in front, tipped by the Oilers off the glass, near side wall, and it's moved up and out. No, it just eludes the stick of Zach Hyman, who will see it go all the way down for an icing call. All right. Let's get this going. Oh, that's a good first period to play, and that's a good defensive stick there by Markus Niemelainen. Look at him splaying out, getting that stick right on the passing lane, and that already saves himself a goal early on. You know, Stuart Skinner appreciates what he has in Markus Niemelainen and saw a lot of him in Bakersfield last year and is probably pretty excited to have his big, rangy blue liner up in front of him for tonight's matchup against the Buffalo Sabres. Skinner's first start of the season. Sabres have it on the far side of the zone. They're working along to the wall. Now in the middle slot area, pass comes in front, and Stuart Skinner calmly, yet again, jumps on the puck, tucks it into his hip pocket, literally had to adjust something on his hip, and he will freeze the puck. His first shot against, officially, I said there was a shot on goal, but it was one of those he went out of the way to catch. And away he went. Last 5 starts in 2021, 2022, 4-1-0 record, 241 goals against average, 902 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Plus, he started the season with 31 saves made against the Calgary Flames in relief of Jack Campbell the other night. And now Connor McDavid is going to get waved out of the face-off dot. Evander Kane comes in to take the face-off at the right of Skinner. 17:05 to go in this first period. The Oilers tie up the draw, and it's going to be scrambled around. Tuck gets a shot that misses wide. The Sabres meet it at the wall. Shot from the point, blocked in front. Tuck again with the puck. They'll go back along the wall, and this is going to be Evander Kane escaping, and now with 3-on-1 for the Oilers. Darnell Nurse firing up, and he misses the top corner. I thought that was Connor McDavid. I was going to get all excited there, but it's Darnell Nurse, so I didn't want to get your hopes up too much. He misses high and up wide over top of the net. So the Oilers have had 2 grade A chances right out of the start, and then Nurse turns over a puck promptly in his own zone coming back the other way. Tage Thompson now in possession of the puck. The Sabres go back to the point. Slot shot coming, and how about that? Stuart Skinner rocks it from Rasmus Dahlin. Big save made there. And then Darnell Nurse gets right up in the face of Jeff Skinner, telling him what's up. And with 16:22 to go in this first period, the shots are 3-2 for the Oilers over top of the Sabres. And that's the old, who was that guy? Drew Remenda. One chance at the other end leads to a scoring chance at the other, and that's exactly what happened there against the Oilers. And we've still got kerfluffling happening on the ice. Jeff Skinner wants it from Darnell Nurse, and he is still giving it to him as he's escorted to the bench. Jeff Skinner is hot. I don't know exactly what, and it looks like Skinner's now taking a penalty. Kulak's also taking a penalty, and we've got ourselves 4-on-4 hockey here. Okay. Sure. That's quite a start to the hockey game. Jeff Skinner and Darnell Nurse getting into it. And I mean, I guess Nurse kind of touches Dahlin there, and then Skinner jumps right in and says none of that business. Well, what do you want? And Kulak comes in and kind of gives Skinner the 1-2 business. Aye, this one could get a little feisty. You like to see that. Darnell Nurse thankfully doesn't take a penalty. And now Rasmus Dahlin wearing that A for the Sabres nowadays. He's earned his way up this roster. Owen Power, I guess, would also be in game unless he's injured. And, well, Ryan McLeod is going to see the Sabres attacker waved out of the draw. Sabres still, however, win the draw. There's Owen Power at the blue line. And here's a shot coming. Save made by Skinner. And they tried the old NHL 23. I don't know if you've had a chance to play NHL 23 online yet, but you just shoot it at the pads and leave it on the doorstep on a rebound, and your old teammate there in the ESHL, World HL, just bangs it in. But Skinner, a little bit more active with the stick, able to clamber down into his glove and cover it up. Shots 3-3 with 6 seconds gone on the 4-on-4 between the Sabres and Oilers. Now Owen Power eludes Nugent Hopkins. Power takes it to the net, loses the handle. And that's it. That's all. We're going to have a whistle here. And it will be Nuge going off on a penalty. That sucks. Alright, we got a video coming in here. 12-second video. Okay. Alright, here we go. The Oilers to the penalty kill, slash and call against Nugent Hopkins. Darnell Nurse, Cody Ceci, Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl loses the face-off. Oilers haven't been too sharp in that department by my eyes, and that's just a wicked wrister. And how about that? Rasmus Dahlin puts the Oilers up, or Sabres up on the Oilers. 1-0 to start the hockey game. 4 shots in, exactly 4 minutes in as well. Oof. That's, like we said, I think it was well pointed out in the comments section the other day, is the problem for the Oilers' slow starts is all the penalties, and Stuart Skinner just through traffic gets beat absolutely completely clean by Rasmus Dahlin. Like, that puck touches nothing on its way through, zips right to the back of the net, and that, my friends, will do it for the first goal of the game. Dahlin gets it. We're back to 4-on-4. The Sabres lead 1-0, and yet again the Oilers' penalty troubles cost them right there. And it's weird that it's all happening on home ice too. Alex Tuck now carrying into the zone. Sabres across the blue line. Shot saved by Skinner. And now the Oilers looking to start it back the other way. Here's Leon Draisaitl coming with Darnell Nurse. Across to Nurse and back the other way the Oilers go. Draisaitl to Nurse. Baby, you count it. She's a goal. And it's 1-1 just like that. Let's go. That's what we like to see. You saw it developing. Darnell Nurse, Zach Hyman fighting for who was going to jump up in that play. And Darnell Nurse got the chance earlier. It haunted us until he gets back and gets it going. And that's a great A there from the Sabres too. Man just overskated the puck on their end. And away the Oilers go. Perfect tape-to-tape pass by Leon Draisaitl through a man. And that will basically put ourselves back in a dead-even game. 0-0, 1-1, whatever you want to say. It's Darnell Nurse from Leon Draisaitl. Nurse's second of the season. The man's already got 2 goals on the season, and the year's only 3 games old. Cody Ceci picks up his first assist of the year, and you like to see that as well, as Ceci's had a pretty important goal there against the, was it against the Canucks or against the Flames? My mind is all kinds boggled right now. That's an exciting goal. You like to see the Oilers capitalize. Those 2-on-1s, you love to see them finish it. Now Connor McDavid's line out there, and it's 15:05 to go here in this first period. The Oilers started up, and now all of a sudden in flight, Connor McDavid towing the line, and he's across, and he's into the offensive zone, back across Neiman line into Barrie. Barrie will go down to Connor McDavid, but it's stopped there by the Sabres. Now Barrie's going to try and force the pressure. Kane's going to try and create that problem. He can't get it done. Now the Sabres in their own end, forced by McDavid to pass it up the middle, and now 2-on-2 back the other way. Murray's able to cut it off and get it going, and Connor McDavid will skate this puck 4-on-4 for the next 2 seconds. McDavid plays it into the neutral zone. It's up in the air, up for grabs, and now, well, fought back there, and a little bit of rough stuff there, and Ryan Murray just took a really dumb penalty. That was really dumb. You knew he was roughing him up. He took the chance to dump him to the ice, and that was probably the dumbest penalty I've seen to start this season. And of course, it's Ryan Murray who takes it. The guy who would usually, without a 7-man rotation, probably be the odd man out this game. And somehow, pardon me, it's Peyton Krebs taking the roughing penalty. Sorry, what? Murray looks like he tried to dump him. So it's actually for Krebs taking the helmet. It's Krebs taking the helmet off of Murray. That was the roughing penalty. Pardon me. All right, game on there. Connor McDavid on the power play with Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and Zach Hyman to start. $1:55 to go. I believe it would be Tyson Barrie at the blue line right now for the Oilers, unless we are seeing Evan Bouchard back there. No doubt about it. It's Tyson Barrie back there, and he's going to have a nice defensive stick, cut the man off. Tyson Barrie is going to start this one and allow the wind-up from Connor McDavid. And here comes some magic I'm feeling. Connor McDavid across the blue line, dishes off. Back to the blue line it goes to Barrie. Barrie's got some options. He's going to skate it at the line, right to the middle of the ice. Now Nuge works it back down. It goes off the end boards to Draisaitl, back to Barrie at the high blue line. Barrie's going to chip it back down to Draisaitl, who dumps it down to McDavid in front to Hyman, and what a play that was. Backhand no-looker by Connor McDavid, who knew he was there waiting for it and almost had him right there. And now Barrie at the blue line, far side, chance to keep it in. It'll come on down to Connor McDavid, who's got the chance in front. Hyman stuffed again. McDavid working this puck out and looking to keep it on. He does. Tyson Barrie keeps it alive there. Now Nugent Hopkins far boards, gets it to the middle of Connor McDavid. Leon Draisaitl one-timer, misses it wide. Nuge keeps it in. What pressure here. McDavid walks off the wall, shoots it again, stopped in front. Barrie down to Draisaitl, near side wall. Draisaitl's going to sit there. It's been a long shift for these guys on the ice now. 35 seconds left of power play time. The Oilers absolutely running a clinic out here. Draisaitl settled the puck down. He's going to flip it back. Nuge across to Hyman. Can't get it going. Connor McDavid. He's got the puck now. Walking around the defenseman. Draisaitl short side. Played in front. And another stellar stop there. Keeps the Oilers attack at bay. But how about that? The Oilers attack on that power play. You love to see it. 8 seconds of power play time left. Ryan McLeod under duress from Kyle Okposo. The Oilers almost able to escape the zone. They'll regroup here and just go back to 5-on-5 regular man shifts as Cody Ceci gets it up the boards into the neutral zone. All the way back down to the defense. Bryson, I believe, of the Sabres, who plays it ahead, gets it into the Oilers zone. It comes right on net to Stuart Skinner, who will cover up. And that was a clinic on the power play in how not to score despite getting the looks you're looking for every chance you get. That was one heck of an effort there by the Edmonton Oilers, that is for sure. What a chance there for Draisaitl to hit the stick of Nuge, and it's just denied by the falling body in front. Connor McDavid can't be too impressed with that power play just because they didn't capitalize on the glorious chances. But it was a great power play. Shot comes from the blue line, blocked in front. Now Fogel's got the puck. He's going to dump it back behind the net. Fogel, Shore, and, well, that is Fogel, Shore, and Yamamoto out there now. Shot comes in from Barrie, blocked by the glove. Actually, that's Bouchard. Sorry, I saw two and just threw up a name. Bouchard stopped by the glove of Comrie, and we've got ourselves a 1-1 game after half a period of play between the Oilers and Sabres tonight. You like to see it, that is for sure, friends. It's been a fun one so far. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. Like I said, off the top, I was going to do the pregame amble, and then everything after that is just kind of me doing play-by-play and humoring myself. I really don't care much to read the comments while I'm doing my play-by-play. It's something I don't get to do much of, and that's what I went into broadcasting to do. If you're just joining the channel for the first time, I'm a trained broadcaster at the Nate Radio and Television program, the same program that Cam Moon, Tony Brower went to, and here I am doing my own thing here on YouTube now. And you know what? A couple of years back, I made the decision, if I'm going to live stream on YouTube, it's going to be straight up. I'm just doing play-by-play of the Oilers games. I used to just do reaction and kind of talk about it, but you know what? Nowadays, it's straight up play-by-play. Tone out of the comments section and just go out there and rip some play-by-play, do what I'm good at, or at least what I think I'm good at, because I think I'm half decent. Definitely heard worse, I think, but I think we're good to go. Oilers Source, welcome into the chat. I think this is the first time I've seen you in here, my man. Welcome in. What else do we got going on here? We've had a long battle here about showing the game. Again, I can't show the game, folks. Unfortunately, due to copyright restrictions, I can't show the game. So I'd love to show it to you, but that's just not a thing I can do, unfortunately. Again, the game is on Sportsnet, so that's where you'd watch it tonight. Sportsnet 360 specifically. So here we go. What else do we got? Nothing else, and it's just a whole bunch of that. So here we go. Tyler, welcome in, and let's get this rolling. Let's keep this rocking and rolling. We are just about to cross 9,200 subscribers here on the channel. That's still crazy to me. It's still crazy. I'm up over 9,000. It was a long road there after crossing 8,000. Shot from the point. Saved by Comrie right off the face-off coming out of commercial break. But it was a long road to 9,000, and now all of a sudden we're pretty much 20% of the way to 10,000 here on Dolynny TV. That's absolute insanity to me. But we're going to see what we can get going here, as the Oilers are going to see this one off the face-off. Foegele pushes it ahead to Yamamoto. Yamamoto sees it go off the boards, back down, and he's going to give chase again against the Sabres defense. And here's the forecheck of the Oilers working hard. Foegele comes up with the puck across to Bush. Bush walking in, passed it off, should have shot that right into the pads, but he didn't. He's going to get it back in here along the near side boards. He's going to work it down low, and this is going to be a chance here, but Yamamoto, out of gas, is getting outskated by Owen Power, the big, powerful defenseman of the Sabres. But what a backtrack there by Warren Foegele, earning that ice time. Devon Shore, though, throws himself offside. So, here's what you guys are missing with the live streams. I'll fill you in. I make money on YouTube. I am a legit guy on YouTube. If I live stream on YouTube copyrighted material, I will get a copyright strike and a review of my channel because I make money. That's straight up. If I want to make money, I can't show copyright material. Guys that don't make money, show copyright material and ask you to pay them via PayPal for the copyright material if you feel like donating. I'm doing this complete free, and folks, you're welcome to enjoy. You're welcome to tune out. It's all good with me. Let's get back to the hockey game where Alex Tuch is going to headman it ahead off a stick, and down the ice it goes. Icing call as Darnell Nurse touches it up. The 50-50 for tonight, only at 108,000, but that's still pretty crazy to think because we're only in the first period of play, my friends. Here we go. You've got Eric Comrie. As here we go, Connor McDavid out there with Kailer Yamamoto. 10:36 in the first period to go. And here we go. 10:29, 1-1 game. The Oilers getting scored on first, but immediately answering back with that sweet 2-on-1 goal by Darnell Nurse. Kailer Yamamoto's going to go down and get this going into the zone, but it's not going to hold for long as Peterka's back the other way. He gets it across on the 2-on-1 back in front. The Oilers defense collapses just in time to seal off the chance. 10:03 to go in this first period. Shot off the boards, goes wide of the net, and now, well, the Sabres control the play. They'll be back around behind the net. 9:52 to go. Sabres looking to force it to the middle of the ice. They haven't had much success there against the Oilers in this game, and that's been nice to see. The Oilers really clamping down the middle, making sure the Sabres don't get those grade A's on the young goaltender Stuart Skinner, as the mustache is irritating my nose all of a sudden. And 9:35 to go here in this first period as Connor McDavid skates across the blue line. He'll dump it off for a line change. Sabres possession behind their own net as Eric Comrie looks on. And the Sabres, Okposo, the captain, carries it across the blue line and out. Where, yes, Puljujarvi disrupts the play, but it can't be held by Zach Hyman, who then sees it go off of Stuart Skinner for another shot for the Sabres. And into the corner and back behind the net. And now back to the blue line. Sabres have it. Shot coming. Nope. Back down. Here's the force to the middle again by the Sabres. Dive by Puljujarvi. Can't get the puck out. Markus Niemelainen meets it at the corner. And far side dumps it to the near side corner in the Sabres zone. Not icing. And that will be played off the boards there. Gergensen fires it in. It will go along the far side boards back to the blue line. Again, forced to the middle by the Sabres. Cut off this time by Barrie. All kinds of skating room for Draisaitl. Who's going to stop up and try to pass it all the way across the zone. Zach Hyman sees it cut off though, and the Sabres able to break out and get it to Owen Power at their own blue line. He'll retreat as this one will go off the boards. And again, a turnover there by the Sabres is going to go back onto a Sabres stick because it was Tyson Barrie not able to do much with it. Now Nuge chasing down a puck all the way back to Owen Power right in front of Eric Comrie. He will exit the zone and get it all the way in, but it'll go past everybody, and it will be an icing call. There you go. That was an interesting little roundabout of not really much happening, but there was a lot of puck bouncing around, going places there, that is for sure. And hopefully for the Oilers, that just keeps being the case. Stay steady Eddie in your own zone. Don't allow any high danger chances, because we all know that Mr. Stuart Skinner faced a lot of them last game against the Calgary Flames. And now let's just go cap this off with hopefully another goal here in this period. Good active stick in the lane. Blocks a pass there that was destined for an Evander Kane one-timer off the face-off. And now Connor McDavid dragging this puck free over the boards. And it's cut off there by Ryan Murray. Murray across to McDavid. Shot coming. And what a save there on the shot by Evan Bouchard. He was teeing it up, and he was stonewalled by Eric Comrie, who's had a pretty decent little first period in net for the Buffalo Sabres. Just quickly want to check Twitter here, see if we can't get some kind of insight into this game that I might be missing on the NHL Oilers Insiders list that I have here. Dry dock to the back of the net. That was a beauty. There isn't really anything else to see here. There is nothing else really all about that other than some folks really celebrating the power play magic that was the Oilers' first power play that didn't result in a goal. It was a good look a couple of times over, but it didn't result in much anything of substance, unfortunately. So here we are, friends. I'm going to quickly update you on how the stream's going. This is what I like to do every once in a while when we get a break in the action. We've had 1,156 views on the stream so far. 2.15 minutes watched on the stream for a total of 2,485 minutes watched, which tells you 41 hours of content watched on this live stream here on Dolynny TV today. So yeah, we are rocking and rolling tonight. I'd say it's a good start to the first period. Just quickly getting emails, text messages sent out. And here we go. What do we got? Again, the game is on Sportsnet 360, my friends. We're back to the regular season. Unfortunately, I don't have a link for you. I think that's what a lot of you folks, you came to me for a link last year. Yeah, it's tough. So, here we go. What are we reading? Self-help. Gene's talking about self-help books for some reason, but it is. Here we go. The Oilers are going to load up this face-off. Evander Kane back there hurries it down to Kailer Yamamoto, who gets it down to Connor McDavid, leaves it there for Kane rushing on. CC near points, got it across. That's Darnell Nurse. Shot fired off the end boards back to Evander Kane, who goes middle all the way back to Darnell Nurse. Far point. Shot deflects in front. Don't know if it hit Comrie or not. McDavid's got it. The Oilers running a 5-on-5 clinic here. Shot fired. Save made. Comrie scrambles. Kane couldn't come up with it. The Sabres get physical with McDavid. And it clears the zone. 7:18 to go in this first period. Is it just me, or has this been a long first period against the Sabres so far? Good first period, but a long one. And now Darnell Nurse in flight. He's got Yamamoto at the blue line. Yamamoto skates in. He's got to go up there as Kane comes crashing in, knocks himself down. McDavid, though, kept the puck onside briefly, and he will go off for a line change. Evan Bouchard goes across to his D partner, Ryan Murray. Murray will go back to Bouchard as they set up the new forward lines. It's chipped ahead to Nuge, who sees it tipped off the stick of Fogle into the near side corner. Nuge will play there against the defense. Fogle in on the forecheck. He's got it. He's going to force this shot to the front off the pad of Comrie, and a save and a clamp down with the glove to stop action right there with 6:37 to go in this first period. The Sabres have a lot of first-round picks on their lineup. Yoki Harju, Krebs, Okposo, Quinn, Cousins, Power, Dolynny, Gergensons, Middlestat, Skinner, Thompson, and somebody else. I couldn't read who the last guy was. I'm sure I could come up with it if I figured it out. But 6:35 to go in this first period. The Sabres win the ensuing faceoff, flip it high into the Oilers zone. That's knocked down by Evan Bouchard. Tipped there by Warren Foegele, who was able to get it into the Sabres zone. And now all of a sudden throwing a hit there near the Sabres bench. Though Owen Power has it near side boards, he fires it all the way to Stuart Skinner. Bats it off to Evan Bouchard near side. He'll get it up the boards. And it continues to be along the near side where Owen Power once again controls this puck. This is, of course, Owen Power's first year in the NHL fully. He's played a couple of games last year, but now on the attack, Dylan Holloway spins, fires it across. It's going to be hunted down by Jesse Puljujärvi. Puljujärvi's going to leave it there for Nugent Hopkins. Nuge goes back into the middle, and this puck goes way out of play, and that is it. That is all for that opportunity for the Oilers. 5:52 to go. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's just me, but this has been a long first period. We're only 5:52 left in the first period, and we're still rolling this first period. And I mean, we've been rocking and rolling this first period for a long time. Game started at 7:08, and it's half an hour in, and we're not even 3/4 of the way done the first period. That seems a little off to me. Again, two anthems always throws me for a loop, though. Kamikaze, welcome in, and Tristan, I appreciate the nice words as we're rocking and rolling. Now, heading towards 1,300 views on the stream. Didn't expect that tonight. Obviously, the thing with NHL regular season games is when the game isn't hidden by some link on the Oilers website, it's a little more accessible. You never know what you're going to happen into for a night. But here we're happening into a pretty good little live stream here on Dolynny TV. And I appreciate everyone being along. Even you guys asking me for the link and suffering a little bit out there. I appreciate having you along as well. As I would just like to say, show me the numbers here, YouTube. If you're going to load, maybe not. I don't know. Commercial break time is always a fun time to just sit here and check the phone and make sure I'm not missing anything. 9,179 subscribers now here on Dolynny TV. If you're new to the channel, you want to consider hitting that subscribe button and sticking around. I'd love to have you around. And yeah, it's been a pretty good little start to this hockey game for the Oilers. A 1-1 game. Obviously, they got scored on first, but they came back, answered back right away. That was the nice part for the Oilers. They did not waste any time in answering back and making sure they were getting things dealt with promptly. And Darnell Nurse capitalizing on his second chance of the night. That's huge. The Oilers, of course, don't fall down 3-0. That's huge. And, right, there's a whole ton of positives already from the first 14 minutes of this hockey game, as the Oilers look to have scrambled up that faceoff, but the Sabres were able to pull away with it. And the Sabres now get a set-up attack in the Oilers zone. However, the Oilers quickly transition that out, and here comes Zach Hyman rushing down the wing. He's going to force it to the middle. Good recovery there by the Sabres D, allows them to clear the zone on what could have been a dangerous pass to the middle. Comrie had bit fully. And now here are the Oilers escaping the zone and entering the Sabres zone. And Tyson Barrie jumping up, gets a shot, save made again. Comrie doesn't know where it is, but that was a pretty good attack from the Oilers. 2 rushes and 2 good green looks at the net right there. And Jesse Puljujärvi denied point blank there. You like to see that. I mean, you know what? My big thing with Puljujärvi, if he's not going to be on the score sheet, make sure you're testing the goalie lots. Make sure you're also hitting lots, and that's what he's done to start this season so far. And Puljujärvi denied there by Eric Comrie. Puljujärvi career high 36 points last season. So here we go. Play back to the point. Shot coming in from Murray, swallowed up, but blocked off the blocker or something into the corner by Eric Comrie. This one down there, and this will go around the boards, and that will be flipped to Evan Bouchard at the blue line, where Warren Foegele will play it back behind the net, and Ryan McLeod collides with the referee, so that provides a little bit of breathing room for the Sabres to clear the zone, but all they end up doing is icing the puck. 4:47 to go in this first period, unfortunately, and with 13-11 to go, 13-11-1 record, career with 4 NHL teams for Eric Comrie. 309 goals against average, 904 save percentage, and one shutout. It's his first career start against the Edmonton Oilers. Craig Anderson starting the year hot as well, so he's got the night off to sit down and relax on the bench and get things going for the next one. 4:47 to go. They send out the McDavid line that's been buzzing all night long. Evan Bouchard out there with, yes, of course, Ryan Murray, who that pair's looked like they've had a couple of good chances so far this game, so we'll see if they can't keep it going. Ryan Murray across to Evan Bouchard, near side wall. He's going to fire a shot into traffic. It's blocked in front or deflected. Couldn't really tell. It kind of went near Owen Power and then started going towards the corner. But good backtrack there by Evander Kane after the Sabres had escaped the zone. And here's Connor McDavid coming in and charging on net. Oh! Just misses Evander Kane backdoor with the pass. And then Kane yet again. Just running around and throwing the body, but he's sending himself to the ice yet again. 4:05 to go here in this first period. Evan Bouchard's going to spin around off the boards. It'll be spun back to him by Ryan Murray, and now Evan Bouchard kind of working out from behind his own net. It's up and dandy into the zone, and here comes Ryan McLeod into the Sabres' end. He's got it going here. He's going to turn around, try to dance around Jeff Skinner, who's able to get it ahead, and Tage Thompson takes down a man in Darnell Nurse, and that indeed will be a penalty. The Oilers, though, they haven't stopped skating. They want to keep this shift going. Here comes Dylan Holloway down the wing, but I was waiting for them to whistle that down because we knew that was going to be whistled down just based on that finally touching a Sabres stick. And look at this. This was a glorious opportunity from Connor McDavid if you had a chance to see it. Just missing Evander Kane, who's been missing by inches 3 or 4 times already this game. He's going to bite one here soon. And look at this. Darnell Nurse just tripped up by Tage Thompson, who got baited into that penalty hard there by Darnell Nurse. And we'll see now if he can't get it going on the power play. If he gets a chance, does Darnell Nurse. But now you know Connor McDavid's out there. Evander Kane's out there, and that's exactly who we're going to see try and feature himself a goal on this power play. As this one back behind the Oilers net, Tyson Barrie's going to carry it out from behind. He's going to shovel it up, and here comes Leon Draisaitl barreling down the wing. He's going to go wide, one hand on the stick, shovel it across to Nugent Hopkins, who's got Kane in front, back to the blue line to McDavid. McDavid near side point to Barrie, high on the blue line. It's Draisaitl looking for a passing option down to Kane, who's shoveling this puck and trying to keep it in. He can't, nor can Barrie at the point. So down the way we go. 1:22 to go in this first period power play for the Oilers. McDavid loading up. Draisaitl's got the puck now. He's looking to make the pass. He's got Nugent Hopkins there, who's got Barrie back at the blue line. Now Nuge across to McDavid. Sorry, I'm used to Draisaitl being there. McDavid down to Dry right there. He'll go back to the blue line. Now Barrie across to Nuge again. Back to Barrie. Barrie to Draisaitl. Oh my goodness. Another miscue on the one-timer from Draisaitl. It was labeled short side back of the net. Had he made full contact with it. The Oilers still running the clinic how to possess a power play here in the Sabres zone, but also running a clinic on how not to get shots on net on a power play. Barrie loading up the one-timer. The shot comes in, and it's blocked in front again, either by Comrie or the sea of people in front. And the Oilers will go for a much-needed line change that gets Evan Bouchard over the boards with 30 seconds to go. This should be Darnell Nurse following it up. It is. We're in the A tonight for the Edmonton Oilers as it's shoveled into the Sabres end by Jesse Puljujärvi. It'll go around the boards, and this one picked up there by Ryan McLeod, who gets it over to Evan Bouchard. 14 seconds of power play time. How clutch would it be to come up with a power play goal right here? Ryan McLeod shoots the puck. Saved by, well, that is Eric Comrie, still in net for the Sabres, and that's just a miscue at the blue line by the Oilers. It escapes the zone all the way back down to Stuart Skinner, who then sees it turned over by Evan Bouchard. Nice play there. Recovery by Ryan McLeod gets it back in Oilers' possession. $1:23 to go. The shots are 15-6 for the Edmonton Oilers here in this first period. And that, my friends, is Dylan Holloway offside by a mile. First period. And, Connor McDavid took himself out going to the bench. Yikes. Poor Connor's taking some spills early in this one. 1:16 to go. Devon Shore out there with Zach Hyman and Mr. Warren Fogle, and that will be Zach Hyman moving it around. The boards, 1:05 to go in this first period. The Sabres are going to move it ahead and across the blue line, but it's turned back by the Oilers just to their blue line, where now the Sabres get a shot blocked there by Devon Shore. So count him. He did something defensive tonight. And now the Sabres are going to get this one back in possession, ripping the shot, maybe coming to the Oilers, clogging up that middle again and preventing the Sabres from getting to the high danger chances. There's one saved by Skinner. It just was a matter of time on that shift, and the Oilers flipped this one out to the middle of the ice. 30 seconds to go, 15-7. This has been a much, much better first period from the Edmonton Oilers. 25 seconds to go in the first period. Owen Power sees this one tipped off a Sabres stick, and now Ryan Murray retreats to pick this puck up. He'll go around the boards. The Oilers, one last rush. It's in flight, offside maybe, but here's Yamamoto shot, and up and denied either by the post or the glove of Eric Comrie, and up and out of play. Wow, that was a no doubt looker for Kyler Yamamoto. It looks like it bit a part of the defenseman's stick though, and it goes up and out of play off the bar. And look at this one. No, that's a clean bar from Yamamoto. He was that close from tucking it bar down. Wouldn't that have been nice to finish up the period with 8.1 seconds on the board? The Oilers, though, still have the offensive zone face-off to win. Nurse can't keep it on side. He's going to keep this one alive briefly. 3 seconds to go. Pass it off. And that was a dumb, ill-advised pass, but it doesn't cost the Oilers, as that is it. That is all for the first period. 15-6 the shots, 1-1 the score. The Oilers, the Sabres, tied after one in what has been a much more dominant performance from the Edmonton Oilers tonight in a first period that has been kind of a house of horrors for them to start the season. Folks, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. We will continue in a matter of moments. I got to grab some water. I got to grab something to snack on, and I will be right back. Alright, let's keep this rocking and rolling. I think we're having ourselves a productive little first period of hockey. The Oilers, like I said, 1-1 with the Buffalo Sabres before I took my quick break there. It looks like my favorite is this Oilers live stream reaction from January 23rd, 2018. That's still somehow getting views tonight. It's got 2 views in the past couple of hours. You think you're lost ending up on this stream. Imagine ending up there. Lifetime that stream. A total of 504 views. So, hey, we're rocking it tonight. Let's see what's happening here. What else do we got? Sheldon Kennedy, the, guest for Gene Principe in the intermission. I'm just going to quickly see what else we got here for the Oilers in this first period. We will be talking about the next year's salary cap. Edmonton's best period by far controlled the game. Game is 1-1, but only because Edmonton didn't finish. Kane, Nurse, Puljujarvi, Yamamoto all had really good looks. Buffalo can't handle their speed. That is true. It was a very interesting first period for the Oilers where they were just, at times, overwhelming the Buffalo Sabres. And yeah, what else do we got? Nothing. Both Nurse and Barry have brought their A games so far, according to Kurt Levins. I'd say not bad. And Canucks blew another 2-goal lead and lose 4-3 in OT. Oh, baby. Oh, my goodness. Light me up. That is fantastic. Oh, watching another Western Canadian team suck has got to be the greatest pleasure as an Oilers fan. 0-4, 3-1 technically. 4 losses to start the season for the Buffalo Sabres. For the Vancouver Canucks. I got a feel for the Canucks fans. That's got to be a painful way to start your year, but at the same rate too, is that ever nice? Knowing the Oilers were down 3-rip to them and 3 other teams have done exactly what they've done to them already. So, yeah. So, Reaper, that penalty by Kulak was after Nurse had roughed up Dolynny and Skinner a little bit. I guess the play cut away, or the camera cut away, and then Kulak, just as Skinner came back for seconds with Nurse, kind of gave him the old 2-hand shove away, and I think that's what they dented up Mr. Kulak for, unfortunately. I'm just going to move the camera down here a little bit and see if we can't get a better angle of things here when I'm leaning back. There we go. That looks a little better. Can you see my shoulders finally? Nice. We're rocking and rolling tonight, and that feels good. All right. Quick check of the text messages again one more time. Now let's see what we can rally up for ourselves for an evening of hockey here. We've already been live for an hour and 8 minutes. Definitely does not feel like that. That is for sure. That's huge. And folks, another update. Hold on. Give you this quick update. Since we're at 2.35 times 1687 divided by 60. We got 66 hours watched on the stream. Thank you. Really appreciate you guys being along for the ride tonight. That's great to have you along for the ride. That's been a good first period from the Oilers. I think like a lot of the Oilers Twitter guys have said, it's just a matter of it was a good period finally from the Oilers. And I know I was arguing in my video, and I argued earlier in the stream, that you want to start the game as if you've already won. Not necessarily lackadaisically, but don't give the Sabres, don't give any of your opponents a chance to breathe from the first puck drop to the time the final buzzer sounds. Like, don't give them a second to think they can win this hockey game. That was kind of what I was arguing the Oilers needed to do against the Sabres tonight. And then, of course, the early penalties cost the Oilers. Right out the gate, they take a penalty 4 or 5 minutes in. They get scored on the power play, and well, that's going to cost you. But the response and the way the Oilers started the hockey game, what they did with their power play earlier, what they did with their second power play, and just generally speaking, everything that they did early on and often throughout this first period was really useful to making sure that it was the best first period the Oilers have had all season, and potentially the best period the Oilers have had all season so far. And against the Buffalo Sabres, I think there'd be a lot more panic if the Oilers started 3-0 down to the Sabres tonight than if they did this. Right? They needed to calm the nerves, go out there and just realistically play hockey and go win a period of hockey for second, third time all season in 6-7 periods of hockey. While they do that here and really set the tone for what could be an incredible rest of the hockey game, just based on the fact of what they've done is showing they are walking around the Buffalo Sabres at will in the offensive zone, especially on the power play. And now all of a sudden, you mean you could do that all game long and you start finishing chances and beating up Eric Comrie even more in that shot department? We're on pace for 45 shots this game. This Oilers team is on pace for 45 shots this game. That's incredible considering what we're used to with an Oilers team that usually is so far outgunned in the shot department in the first period, second period of play, and maybe it starts evening up a little bit towards the end of the third. But that's excellent to see from the Oilers that we've come kind of full circle here early on in this hockey game to really try and get things going the right direction out of the gate after a bobble against the Calgary Flames, right? Don't make habits, make positive habits. And that's what the Oilers have done. All right. Let's see what we got here, if anything at all that I'm missing early on. I don't think there is. Crossed over 1,633 views this hour. That's phenomenal. Sorry, guys. You guys are coming in here and chatting away. That is for sure. What do we got? Just reading the comments here. There is not much. You guys are just talking amongst each other. Nice. All right. Everyone taking care of each other in the chat. I'll take care of that. And we'll just quickly go make sure we're not missing anything here in this intermission between the Oilers and stuff. Let the record show I went to the first period of the Columbus Blue Jackets game. All right. That's Nasher. Again, one of those big celebrities in the in the hockey Twitter community. And what do we got? Anything else going on here? There really isn't much happening here. There's some intermission viewing, and it all goes back to 7 minutes ago from Jason Greger. So we haven't missed much at all. Nothing crazy coming out of the Oilers today. But I mean, Stuart Skinner, I think they're talking about him on the intermission panel here. He is a big time bright spot for the Oilers to start this year. As a kid with this much potential, the Oilers showed enough faith in him to have him start the season and become the guy for the Oilers this year. And they're going to see if they can't get him a chance to go out there and really start competing for starts against Jack Campbell. Obviously, as the backup, you are going to get scheduled starts. But if you can really go out there and start proving, like you did against Calgary, why you are the guy to start more and more hockey games for this team, not even trying to discredit Jack Campbell, but it's the perfect play, right? Is all of a sudden you've got a starter quality goalie in Jack Campbell, and then you've got Stuart Skinner, who is right there allowing himself to do what he wants to do. And you got to think about this too. The funny part about how this situation with Skinner works now is Skinner has played just as many games this season as Jack Campbell. And in fact, if Jack Campbell does not see a second of ice time tonight, Stuart Skinner at the end of tonight's hockey game will have played, 2.5 more periods of hockey this year than Jack Campbell. So that is huge get for the Oilers, huge development curve here to see the fact that Jack Campbell and Stuart Skinner could realistically by the end of the season, if all goes well, be splitting time as opposed to Skinner being the scheduled quote unquote backup. Also, Bob Stauffer's hair, not even trying to lightly grease it. That thing is greased back there tonight quite slickly by Bob. He's got it going tonight, and he's probably having a good broadcast on the 6:30 Ched stream so far. And for Dylan Holloway, I think big part is he needs to find his spot in the lineup. I think is the big part. He just doesn't really have a spot in the lineup as of yet, and playing on that third line. I guess he could find a home, but at the same rate too, you have to have two teammates willing to help tow you the line. And Holloway's two has got to learn to stay on side. He's cost us 2 offsides this game. We'll need Soup next. 4 tough teams in a row. Again, I'd have all the faith in the world in Stuart Skinner. It's not a question of not not facing tough opponents or facing tough opponents. Stuart Skinner, give me whoever you want against Stuart Skinner, and I'm still going to sit here and enjoy Skinner being in net and probably winning hockey games for the majority of it as well. And Victor, yeah, we are back in the Oilers to win here. This is an Edmonton Oilers stream. If I tried to make it a little bit more indicative tonight, just with the colors in the stream, that's all right. And Sturt has been caught out of position a lot in the first, though. It's not a matter of that, right? You can be out of position all you want, but here's what my thoughts on the Oilers are. All right. The Oilers and Oilers fans always seem to get this confused, right? Is they're willing to give certain goaltenders all the leash in the world. They screw up, whatever. Other goaltenders, all that matters is if they do exactly what they want them to do and also do everything. What I kind of found funny is Jack Campbell gets shelled back-to-back games, 3 goals early in the game. That third goal against Vancouver came in the second, though. And nobody makes the comment, hey, sometimes your goalie actually has to just make a save. Yet, Mike Smith, Mikko Koskinen, that was always the biggest complaint, is, you know what, these goalies keep getting shelled, but at what point do they decide to make a save? And so not to see that on Jack Campbell was kind of hypocritical in a sense, I'd say. And second to that, in terms of Stuart Skinner being out of position, is Stuart Skinner is a young goaltender making his 16th NHL game tonight. So that's where I'd sit there, and the time will come. It'll all work out, and I'm not going to sit here and start criticizing Skinner just because he's not Jack Campbell. That's where I'm going with that. I mean, I don't know if that's a roundabout answer to say, I guess it doesn't really matter that Skinner's been out of position, Earl, but that's kind of my take on it. It doesn't matter at this point. He's making the saves when he needs to make saves, and that's more than enough to ask as an Oilers fan when you're talking about goaltending. I guess is my take on that. Anything else that you guys are trying to sit here and find out? No, okay, nothing there. All right, nothing there at all. And we are just going to sit back and relax a moment, and I'm going to calculate that watch time one more time because I'm seeing this stream approaching 2,000 views, and that's when you really start seeing those old watch time minutes creep up quite heavily. I'm not kidding you. And 78.6 watch time hours. Don't mind me at all. And I just have to send a quick message on Twitter. And cool. Video just posted. Good to go. What else do we got? All right. Here we go. Throw a quick ad your guys' way. If you haven't had a chance yet, maybe consider subscribing. I know I've had some pretty hot takes here in this first period intermission, but I'd love to have you aboard talking Oilers hockey all season long, normally in video format, but we love to mess around with these live streams when we get a chance on a Tuesday night. And secondary to that, if you could leave a like on the stream if you're enjoying, I'd really appreciate that. And what do we got? Mike Comrie. And there it is. All right. Here we go. Here is Eric Comrie getting set. And we are almost ready. The puck drop at center ice. There we go. Let's go. I kicked the table. I'm so excited. Buffalo Sabres in possession after winning the face-off draw at center ice. And it'll go all the way down the ice. And that, my friends, will be an icing to begin this second period of play. 19:50 to go already. 10 seconds gone. In a 1-1 tie. 15-6 the shots between the Oilers and Sabres in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. There's Dylan Holloway. At least good to see him not quite stapled to the bench as much as maybe he has been earlier in this season. The Oilers win this faceoff ahead. Good forecheck push through on the faceoff by Zach Hyman, who just kept moving his feet. And good things come when you do that. And the Oilers trying to keep this puck alive. Puljujarvi back there helping out Darnell Nurse. Puljujarvi getting shoved around by Tuck and a couple of other Sabres on the way back to the defensive zone. And here's CC across to Puljujarvi. Puljujarvi, the clap bomb shot goes off of Eric Comrie. Good look there. You know Puljujarvi loves trying to slap it through the goal, and he's done it a couple of times in his career, so he's always well to do it. But that is Tage Thompson at his prime right there, doing what Tage Thompson does best. Wow. That is unreal. What a move here by Tage Thompson. And look at this pass, turning the defense right over and around itself. And somebody had to say Skinner was out of position. Well, Skinner gets absolutely torqued there by Tage Thompson out of position. And look at that toe drag, dangle between the legs, back around, power move. Darnell Nurse all over Stuart Skinner. And whew. That was a big old power move cut back to the net there by Tage Thompson. That's why he's getting paid the big bucks, right? This is one of my first looks actually watching Tage Thompson against the Oilers, and I think he meets the eyes test. Wow, that was a good move. And now the Oilers find themselves down 2-1 after what was a good first period. Turns in not such a great start to the second. And Tage Thompson scores his first of the season. Assists go to, well, the other Skinner in the game, Jeff Skinner, who will see this one a 2-1 game for the Buffalo Sabres now. Shot saved by Skinner. 8:37 to go in this second period. Now here are the Buffalo Sabres pushing a little bit here out of the gate after that goal. Evander Kane sees this puck go high and off him. Kulak comes up with the puck and pushes it ahead to Kane. Kane sees it go into the skates of a defender in the neutral zone for the Sabres, who knocks it all the way down to the Buffalo Sabres, to Skinner, who moves it up to Kane. And oh my goodness, the puck's moving around way more than I think I have left in the tank here. Sorry folks, I did not get a chance to eat supper, and this puck will be worked down there. Kulak plays it along the boards up ahead, and the Sabres will, well, move this one back into their own end. And well, here we go back the other way. The Sabres are going to chip this shot. It goes off the boards. Foegele has possession of it. This would be nice to see this line come up with something. Oh my goodness. Dylan Holloway just got creamed in the neutral zone, and that is going to send in Warren Foegele looking to fight the man right out of the gate. Big open ice hit, and Warren Foegele was having none of that. Foegele is going down the tunnel. Holloway is going down the tunnel. Jack Campbell noticeably concerned. And the Oilers are down to 10 forwards after 46 there. Lyubushkin comes out and absolutely nails Holloway. And I think it's unfortunately Dylan Holloway getting suied there on the pass by Warren Foegele. And Lyubushkin, that's just a bigger man taking a hit against a smaller man. and Holloway sent to the ice. I think the harder part is Holloway's head hit the ice on the hit, and no, it's just the shoulder jostling the head after he hits the ice with a lot of impact. And somehow Lyubushkin's taken a penalty here. It's 4-on-4. Never mind. Pardon me. And wow. Lyubushkin absolutely lit up Dylan Holloway. Clean, open ice hit, bad pass by Warren Foegele, and I think Dylan Holloway's also got to learn to receive that one a little better. But wow, yeah, Louis DeBrusque standing up there for Dylan Holloway and Warren Foegele, right? Warren Foegele gets penalized for trying to fight Lyubushkin, but you absolutely, when you see your young budding prospect get blown up early in the season in a game that realistically means nothing, and he gets blown up like he did, you gotta stand up and just do something. And the Oilers have been always told they have no backbone by a lot of fans, and Warren Foegele just stood there and said, you know what, we're going to tell you, we're going to stand up for our guys. And that's exactly what Warren Foegele does right there. The fighting's still allowed in hockey for a reason, and it's the message sending that's necessary still at this point of the game. And you know what, for Warren Foegele, commendable right there. Is it enough to keep him away from necessarily being a guy that doesn't get traded? No, but whatever it is. The Sabres, though, were on a power play. My bad, I thought it was 4-on-4. Instead, it's, well, a 5-on-4 for the Sabres here as they're going to control possession into the Oilers zone. Dolynny, who's already got one on the power play, looking for number 2 here, looking to get queued up for the power play goal. Tuck's out there as well. You've got, I believe, no Thompson on the power play. Oh, Thompson's far side, sorry, as he's got the puck now. Dolynny, ripper from the points, stopped by Skinner, and suddenly the Buffalo Sabres have 12 shots on net. Sorry, folks, I was sitting up a little bit better, but my back just started hurting too much, and yeah, I just got to lean back and relax a little bit. Been a long day of work, too. 1,400-pound house pack, not really fun. Devon Shore clears the puck on the power play for the Sabres, so that will allow the Oilers to change penalty killers. 16:15 to go in this second period as we've crossed 2,000 views on the stream. Thank you for that. And now the Sabres are going to turn this one back around, back into the Oilers zone. This one back into neutral, though, off a skate. And the Sabres will try to reset this one. They will now across the Oilers line. Back into the possession of the Sabres here, setting up the attack. On the last 11 seconds of the power play, it's back around the boards. 15:47 to go in the second period. Pass across. Sabres looking dangerous here, but the tip there by Draisaitl trying to get started. There was a blue liner waiting for the Sabres, though, waiting for that moment. And instead, now Devon Shore is going to get a chance to play this one up and ahead. It'll be across and around the line into the Sabres zone, where Puljujarvi comes hard after it. Puljujarvi's got a chance there to tie it up along the boards. He can't get it going. And now it'll be back to the blue line. Kept there niftily by Niemelainen for a second before he runs into the referee and it's out of the zone. And now back the other way. The Sabres get in on the attack. 15:07 to go. The Oilers active sticks there by Yamamoto is able to disrupt the play briefly. It'll be back tucked there by Barrie. Nice defensive play to knock the man over. And here the Oilers come across the Sabres blue line, 4 men wide. Puck misses Yamamoto, and breakaway now for the Sabres, skating back Barrie. And I am sorry, that was a terrible effort by Tyson Barrie to get back on that goal. And it's 3-1 for the Buffalo Sabres, hanging Stuart Skinner out to dry. JJ Peterka the goal. And that was an embarrassing effort, to say the least, by Barrie to get back on that play. As this one just goes all the way across. Yamamoto not looking for the pass. And then look at this. Barrie just gives up skating right there. And I mean, you can get back a little better than that, I think. He gave up right before the move was made. And sure, you can talk about coming in there, but that is a team leaving its goalie out to dry right there. And JJ Peterka gets to go in there. So Stuart Skinner now deep in the season for 3 goals against. And the Oilers find themselves in a similar situation as thankfully the text messages are coming in as well. As Tyson Barrie getting a little bit roasted here by the text messages coming in. And here the Oilers looking to keep this alive in the offensive zone. Can't get it going. 14:25 to go in this second period. Those chicken nuggets are calling my name hard right now. Let me tell you that much. Getting some food and stopping the stream is sounding pretty appetizing right now. As Evander Kane will move this one ahead to Zach Hyman. Kane fires the shot. Hyman back trying to track to him. And the Oilers have just come out really, really flat in this second period of play. Like, I mean, they had all the momentum in that first period. And now Connor McDavid trying to draw it up here. Shot fired, and that one will be blocked in front. But again, I think the penalties just flatten the Oilers here. And this is just not good material here. It's not good material at all. Oilers come out really flat, lazy defense, and all of a sudden just allowing a couple of weak goals here. That's tough. Next commercial break, folks, I'll be up and gone because I want to eat before I have to go to bed to be to work for 7 again tomorrow morning. I've got the work truck, so I got to be to work nice and early. And yeah, it's bad turn of events here. That is for sure. But yeah, I didn't plan on really streaming the second period, but I thought the game was going well enough that I'd sit here and try to get it going. But good evening from Crossfield this evening, Tim. I hope you're having yourself a great evening. And I hope Grand Prairie was just as warm as down here. It was 24 degrees at 4:30 this afternoon. Absolutely mind-boggling, that is for sure. But yeah, it's gone from good to bad for the Oilers here in this second period. Just they had a very good first period, and then I don't know, they came out of that second period start very slow, took a penalty. Obviously, you have to stand up for Dylan Holloway there, and I will defend that to the time of eternal. But you get a good penalty kill, and then you let your foot off the gas right away. A little nonchalant play in the Sabres zone. What does that lead to as the Oilers go back the other way? A goal, obviously the Tage Thompson goal. Just nobody willing to step into him very much, let him dance right around him. And that was it. That was all for it. So that's tough there as well. Nico, welcome in as well. And Tristan, to your point, I'm hoping we're a third period team. And that's tough to see Dylan Holloway blowing up like that. I mean, that's an NHL play. That's one of those things. But it's just, nowadays in the NHL, you don't see those plays as much anymore. And that's just so tough to see a young kid who's just starting to get into his own get hit up like that. That's the tough part there. As here's Brett Kulak across. This is a shot here for Nuge. Puck bobbles, and another good save by Comrie, who doesn't get burnt by a rebound. The Oilers just have not been sniffing the net enough to get the rebounds off Comrie yet. And hopefully they can start transitioning that. As, I mean, Shore was forechecking so hard he fell right off the man. 13:26 to go. The shot 16-13 in favor of the Oilers. Shot fired. Now a save there by Skinner. Cleared out by the Oilers. And this is really getting to be a problematic start for the Oilers here in this second period. 13 minutes in, we've allowed 2 goals, and the Oilers really haven't had anything of substance. 1 shot on net as of so far. And this is tough to watch when you see it. I mean, it's not tough to watch the Oilers in this situation. When I'm saying it's tough to watch is, I mean, it's tough to watch the Oilers really go out there and romp a period of hockey for the first time all season, and then they follow it up with a stinker start like this in the second. That's what's tough to watch. Is you know what this team's capable of. They go out there and show you what this team's capable of, and then they do exactly what they're doing here in this second period, and that's just kind of sucks to see. That is for sure. All right, here we go. Slow starts. October 13th versus the Canucks, trailed 2-0 after 2:40, trailing 3-1 in the second period and trailed 3-1 quickly in. All right. For the Oilers, you got to get it going here. at some point and really start transitioning it around. It's been a weak start to the period, that is for sure. But hopefully the Oilers can start rocking and rolling it here, as this one's back to the blue line. And there we go for the Oilers. Zach Hyman turns it around. But again, just a lazy off-the-stick play. Get back when you feel like getting back. And the Sabres now in possession of it. They're near side boards. Back to the blue line. Draisaitl plays it off the boards. He's going to get it through. And now Puljujarvi a chance to chase down a puck. Springs Hyman. Hyman denied in front. And Puljujarvi tied up with the attacker. And it looks like there's a penalty upcoming here against the Sabres. There we go. There we go. What a chance there. And what a play by Jesse Puljujarvi to create that chance. And secondarily, the power play. What a diving poke. And now Hyman gets the chance. He's there. And it's a hold on Puljujarvi. I thought, man, Puljujarvi's all kinds of tied up. And it's a hold on Puljujarvi that gets called by Jokiharju. So there you go, a power play for the Oilers, holding the stick, pardon me. And the Oilers power play, playing with fire here. Chance in front, stonewalled twice, 3 times as Kane. And back the other way goes Tyson Barrie to try and pick this puck up. 11:37 to go in the second. The Oilers power play already 0 for 2 on the night. And you just got to hope they can get this rocking back into the offensive zone. They do quickly. Mr. Connor McDavid with the puck near side boards. It's going to be back to Tyson Barrie, who goes across to Leon Draisaitl. Barrie's looking for McDavid. McDavid's opening up the ice. He's going to span it off the stick of a Sabre back to the blue line to Barrie. Barrie's looking for an option. He's got it in Draisaitl far side. Back to Barrie. One-timer shot coming off the end boards. Puck missed wide of the net. McDavid loading up. He'll go back to Barrie. Barrie's got him back down to McDavid. McDavid walks in. McDavid's going to walk around back to the front of the net, and this one's going to go out of the zone and down the ice past Tyson Barrie, who sees it come all the way back down to Stuart Skinner. And I think the Oilers just really got to start scrambling up more shots on this power play. It's not working early on in this game. It's not been working too effective all season long in terms of drawing a ton of shots if they have an extended power play. 41 seconds to go in the PP. This one's back to Tyson Barrie at the blue line, who chips it across to Draisaitl. Draisaitl eludes his man. Kane in on the attack, able to get there on time. And now he will get down to Draisaitl, who's going to go back to the point to Barrie. 3 power play points for Draisaitl already this season. Barrie fires the shot. Rebound goes to Draisaitl. Draisaitl's looking off the wall for an option here. He's got Barrie. Barrie's going to go back across to McDavid. Now Barrie to Draisaitl. Draisaitl flubs up on another shot attempt on the power play. That's his 3rd miscue on the one-timer to start this power play session for the Oilers in this game. So that's tough to see. Now the Sabres in possession after killing off the penalty behind their own net. Ryan McLeod pressuring the D here, and the Oilers just not helping themselves out at all. Stuart Skinner will dish it off to the D-man, Cody Ceci, who will go up to Ryan McLeod. Ryan McLeod gets it ahead to Jesse Puljujarvi, who's charging in, and that one goes right to the middle of the ice. But again, the Oilers unable to do anything with the rebound off the goaltender, and they will track back to their own blue line. This one played ahead again to Puljujarvi, who's onside here. He's going to look to chip this one towards the net. It goes off a body in front. McLeod back to the blue line. Ceci down to Puljujarvi. Puljujarvi fires a shot from sharp angle. It goes back to the blue line. Nurse now meets it there. It goes around and back to Ryan McLeod, far side boards. Now Mr. Kaleri Yamamoto chips it in front to Puljujarvi, who chipped it in front to Ryan McLeod. And suddenly this Bakersfield special has something going until Darnell Nurse turns it over at the line. But there you go. That, my friends, is how you get back. Alex Tuch never comfortable skating with that puck. And it was a good go by Darnell Nurse to backtrack and keep that puck from becoming a weapon for Alex Tuch. Look at that. Pressured him the full way, and he was never able to get anything going there. And that's a good look there from Darnell Nurse, backtracking the way he did. All right. What an incredible get there from the Oilers on that backtrack. That looked like a for sure goal, especially after seeing the previous goal against Stuart Skinner, but that was a good backtrack. And Skinner standing tall as well, making sure his presence was known in net and stopping what could have been a dangerous opportunity against, despite the backtrack from Darnell Nurse. Friends, just refreshing the subscriber count, 9,185 on the channel today. So thank you to everybody that's chosen to subscribe tonight. Really appreciate that. If you haven't had an opportunity to do that yet and you'd like to do that, I'd really appreciate you doing that. And anything else here we got going on? I don't think there is, as I think we're pretty well minted off with this game. We've had pretty easy coverage of it so far. And yeah, there's not much else we need to know. I think we're pretty well covered. YouTube is having trouble uploading right now. All right. Site-wide issue for YouTube. So thankfully we are live. We are live. All right, what else we got? Only game 3. And that was, there we go, Louis DeBrusque right there mentioning the play by Nurse, right? Disrupts the stick of Tuck enough to allow Skinner to get in position to make that save. That's a heck of a way to go. Here we go. Let's finish off this period strong and hopefully come out of it tied. And away we go into that third period of hockey. That'd be an all right get. As this one, 8:40 to go here in the second period. This period's moved along much quicker than the first period did, thankfully. And the Sabres will turn this one back behind the net. 8:30, like I mentioned, to go in this second period where the Oilers have the shot advantage. 20-16 against the Sabres. And now all of a sudden the Oilers getting very physical along the near boards in the defensive zone. This puck battles to the middle of the ice. Now the Oilers trying to chip this one out. Zach Hyman runs into the official. And that will be turned back. The 50-50 pot at 166,000. And this one played off the middle of the ice by the Sabres. Back to the Oilers. Here's an Oilers somehow out of nowhere. Warren Foegele skating through a bunch of guys. Sabres do a good job turning it back. But the Oilers there to meet it at the blue line enough to keep the Sabres at bay. And the Oilers suddenly, all of a sudden, getting their feet moving, taking a page out of Darnell Nurse. Here's Niemelainen firing it in. And this is more like what you want to see from the Oilers. Push the Sabres back. Make the Sabres earn their ice. And this is a good little past minute here from the Oilers. Nothing of substance, but a much better response than what we've seen so far in the first little bit. As here comes Leon Draisaitl, who's going to steamroll through into the middle of the ice. He's going to turn back. The Sabres doing a much better possession or positioning of the gap control against the Oilers. Oh, Draisaitl stonewalled by Comrie point blank. And that one turned away the best look of the period from the Edmonton Oilers. Then disrupted in the middle again. Draisaitl trying to come up with that puck. Here's the Sabres near side with it in the Oilers zone. They'll go D to D, and that's going to be a shot coming in from the point. Met there by Ryan McLeod. And the Oilers are going to be able to work this one out. Draisaitl looking to pass this puck. He's still got possession. He's ripping across the blue line. Drops off to Nurse, who's denied by the blocker of Comrie. And there is 2 good looks from the stick of Darnell Nurse and Leon Draisaitl in the past minute of play. Much better response here in the last 2 minutes from the Oilers, who, like I said, all of a sudden have decided to start turning the Sabres back. And they're across D to D stretch pass. Well, blue line to blue line is the actual technical term. And that was able to get the Oilers into the zone. It'll be lifted into the middle, cut down by Ceci, who keeps it alive. Connor McDavid across to Kailer Yamamoto's far side boards. Evander Kane now behind the net. And all of a sudden, I've had to pick up the play-by-play. It was getting a little sleepy there based on the Oilers' effort. Here's Connor McDavid coming out of the far side corner. McDavid's going to see it picked off, though. And the Sabres will start back the other way, 2-on-2, as Kailer Yamamoto takes the high man to eliminate the 3-on-2 odd man rush. Sabres set up the attack. Owen Power shoots the puck off the pads of Skinner. Now Evander Kane, who's been out there a while, sees it go chipped off the boards back behind the net. This one walks out back to Power at the blue line. He's going to fire it down, tipped in front. Ceci battling his man there. He's going to go off the boards, and the Oilers come up with that possession. Evander Kane's going to move it ahead to Connor McDavid, who just could not get that puck into control, and he had kind of skirted his skates twice over, and he was just too far reached to try and get back possessionally for that puck. So here we go. Stuart Skinner. He's going to play it off the boards, up high to Evander Kane. The Kane line's been out there a long time, but Connor McDavid, I think he's got some jets left. If Kyler Yamamoto could have gotten him that puck. The Sabres, though, on the turnover, get it back into the Oilers' zone, and that is an unforced error on the Sabres' part, as they will be whistled down for an icing call. There you go. That's what you like to see. The Oilers swimming in their own end a little bit, but yeah. Tough. But this one, good work there by Puljujarvi to get it to Draisaitl, who was just denied point blank there on the shot by Eric Comrie. And now all of a sudden you'll get the Nugent-Hopkins line out there that's going to feature Devon Shore. It appears Dylan Holloway is still either on the bench or down the tunnel for evaluations. And that one, a nice poke check there by Ryan Murray to turn back the Sabres momentarily. And that allows the Sabres to chip this shot onto Stuart Skinner. We'll have a break in the action, and we will keep it rocking and rolling. Folks, we're up to 2,464 views on the stream. That is next level awesome, because I did not expect that on a Tuesday night. And now all of a sudden over 115 hours watched on the stream. Don't mind me, my friends. We're having ourselves a good little night here on YouTube, that is for sure. The Oilers picking up the action here in the last few minutes, so that's nice to see. And now suddenly we are crushing along a pretty good little hour here on YouTube. How about 709 views in 34 minutes? Don't mind me. And what else do we got? We got a whole bunch of random things getting views here in the past hour. And all of a sudden, a decent little day on Dolynny TV. I guess I can attest to that. How about 23, 20, 30, 24, 2,500 views? Thank you so much, folks, for tuning in today. As it's been a good day so far. Work was hard, but I was really looking forward to coming home, sitting down and streaming tonight's hockey game. Actually, this is the first regular season game I've sat down to live stream so far, so that's the fun part about this, is I've been gunning up all day to do this, and it's felt very good to come home and get this going for you. So I hope you've loved the stream so far, and hopefully we can crush off the rest of this 4 minutes we got of this Oilers game and see what we get going. As the Oilers are going to see this major part of the game for Napa Auto Parts. What are they going to call the major part of the game? It's going to be this, this play right here where Tage Thompson turns around Darnell Nurse once, twice, 3 times on the way to the net, and then Nurse takes out Skinner. And that was a bad play at the blue line there, just a good little chip by Tage Thompson. And then Darnell Nurse, lazy poke. And Darnell Nurse, all kinds of turnaround, but it is what it is. We're down 3-1, and it's the second period, 4:43 to go here in this period. And now Warren Foegele taking the face off here for the Oilers, as Nugent-Hopkins has been waved out. Foegele wins it back to Darnell Nurse, who gets tied up, and they've got the far side angle there. And it's moved ahead by Puljujarvi, and now back the other way. Go the Oilers, firing this puck down the boards, but it goes up and out of play. So we'll have a stoppage in play with 4:33 to go in this second period, folks. All right. 4:33 as Draisaitl wins the face-off at center ice. So we'll have a chance here for the Oilers to get across the Sabres blue line. Puck just bobbles out of their reach. Ceci keeps it in at the blue line. He'll go down to Draisaitl, who goes all the way down to Hyman behind the net. Hyman's up there with Ryan McLeod. Shot fired in, goes to the side of the net. McLeod across, chance looking in front for Hyman. He's jammed up in the middle. Sabres are able to recover and come back the other way. They're going to fire this one across. Here's the chance, and nice pickup there by McLeod, and they're going to whistle down a hook. I don't know about that, but sure, 4:01 to go in this second period. We've had 3 big stoppages of play within a span of 33 seconds here in this 4-minute mark of the period. And this, where's this hook going to be? He got in on the hands just that much on Vinny Hinostroza. It was that tight to the hands. And I think it's stick is what Louis DeBrusque is saying, but it's just a matter that he hooked the glove a little bit too. So Ryan McLeod takes a penalty there. Another one of those. Did they really need to call it? Probably not, but they did. And the Sabres now 1 for 2 on the power play. 4 shots. Have a chance to more or less put this one to bed by the end of the second. Just based on the fact of, but that's a blown tire there by Dolynny that almost led to a chance for the Oilers. 1 for 16 last 6 games against the Oilers are the Buffalo Sabres. So they've had their chances, almost 3 a game. And now Middlestat and Tage Thompson out there. Sabres set up the attack. Here's Middlestat. He's looking, Coleman for a chance. He's going to go back to the blue line. Dolynny fires the shot. Skinner skitters to the corner. Now 3:11 to go in this second period. That's Thompson. And the refuse suck chant is going hard at Rogers Place tonight. And the Oilers trying to bobble it out, but that's just a brutal giveaway there by Nugent Hopkins. 2:55 to go, and Nuge recovers the puck and promptly flips it down the ice. There you go. You like to see that. Nuge, a good recovery there. Let's sit up and get this going for the last little bit of this second period. 2:40 to go in the second. The Sabres back into possession of the puck, carrying it across the Oilers' blue line, leaving it there, and this one battled down, chipped right into the middle. Nice recovery by Kulak. He bobbles it to the middle. Sabres recover now. 2:25 to go, 20 seconds left in the power play, and this one's fired all the way down, length of the ice by the Oilers, down to Eric Comrie, who will chip it off. 2:16 to go in this second period. And the Sabres are back the other way. Now chance here for the Sabres. Shot fired. Glove save. Stuart Skinner, who's now made 15 saves on 18 shots tonight. And Stuart Skinner looking more and more comfortable as this game goes on. Kind of calming down, getting going. I know he's been kind of left out by a couple of D-men, but that's fine. He's going to settle in and kind of own this game like he did against Calgary, and that's the nice part about Skinner, is he's got that little bit of calm to his game, so he's not too worried about getting beat up a little bit, that's for sure. Alright, here's a chance for the Sabres off the face-off win. The face-off's now seeing the power play over, and back the other way come the Oilers. It's going to be Ryan McLeod up there with Connor McDavid and Evander Kane. But the Oilers just cannot seem to skate with a puck cleanly on their stick, and Evan Bouchard was just taken out, and the play just kind of dies in front of the Oilers' net. The Sabres continue possession, though, and this one chipped in front. Ryan McLeod takes out a man, doesn't get called for it there that time, and now it's down the ice and called for an icing call. Evan Bouchard tangled up there with a man at center ice. I don't know who that was, but that was a scary looking collision. Evan Bouchard kind of just not sure where that man came from. And it's just a chance there. Both men stop up at the blue line, and Evan Bouchard sent flying. And I think both men just as guilty of trying to take each other out there, if anything. As this one's worked there. Flipped out by the Oilers. And down the ice. Ryan McLeod recovers. He'll skate around a defenseman, try to keep possession of the puck. How about Connor McDavid? Johnny on the spot, coming up with the puck on the forecheck. And now Darnell Nurse flicks a shot into the middle of the ice on net. And thankfully the D hit the net, but it's a muffin into the glove of Eric Comrie. And for the Oilers, another whistle in this back half of this second period. It's getting long, man. It's getting long. And now Cody Ceci across to Darnell Nurse. on that play, and Nurse gets it right through. He was looking for that tip, but just a little bit tied up was Evander Kane, who was trying to clear the middle. And now a buck 06 to go in this second period. The Oilers would love to try and get themselves a goal here with Foegele, Draisaitl, and Puljujarvi on the ice. And having Holloway injured has really shuffled up the lines quite heavily for the Oilers. A nice defensive play there by Nurse to know that puck was going to have to fight across. Bad play there by the Oilers in the neutral zone. Allows the Sabres to regain possession and get it back into the Oilers' end. This one goes back behind the net, and, well, this will be played by Mittelstadt onto the stick of a Sabre of Okpo. So 40 seconds to go in this second period of play. Skinner holds on for a whistle. And yeah, you know exactly what that means. That's another whistle in this second period late half. I'm just waiting to get to my chicken nuggets, my friends. That's all. I'm literally just trying to get to my chicken nuggets and go have supper, but the Oilers trying to prolong this second period as long as humanly possible tonight. It would be nice to just get to my chicken nuggets and really enjoy myself a meal at least. That's what I got on the docket here. My final night of house sitting. Thought I'd reward myself with some good old chicken nuggies, but not having much luck here. 28 seconds to go. The Oilers trying to push this puck into the offensive zone. Zach Hyman busts it across the blue line, but it comes back out, and the Oilers have to try and once again re-enter against Dylan Cousins and the Buffalo Sabres. This one, though, back the other way. Peterka's got a chance here. He's looking to pass the puck. Chipped there by Cousins, but not on the net. So the Oilers, one last chance to go back the other way. Connor McDavid, that's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, flips it to the middle of the ice where Kailer Yamamoto had a chance to come up with it. And thankfully, for my sake, the Oilers are up and done. My friends, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Not exactly the result we wanted nor expected after 2 periods of play. It is what it is. I am up on out of here. Enjoy the third period. Thanks to everybody who subscribed, hung out with me tonight. I am gone.